Hello everybody, and welcome. I am the Beta Plan, and this is Humankind, where we return towards our Zhao civilization. And, I did as I said I would do. I have removed this fort, never existed, and made a maker's quarters over here, allowing us to build a confusion school over there, giving us the bonuses of these two mountains, giving us a nice bonus to that. Awesome. But then I found out something that maybe, in this case, we had to return, but maybe I shouldn't have returned 3 turns back before we made that castle, because let's say I don't like the placement of this district, and actually I don't, because the borders of this region, actually this is kind of a small one, they're over here even. So they're really small, and something that I would hope is going to change in Humankind, because there's nothing there, and I think Civilization actually handles better, is that, say I don't want this district over here, and actually I don't, and I remove this, and I want to replace it. I can place it here, but I do not gain the benefits of being next to these two things. I will not exploit them. Having said that, it probably doesn't really matter, because, hell, this is a confusion school and can't really help with these food tiles, but still, I'm gonna place it over here instead of over there. Why? Because a very good maker's quarters can be built over here, so I'm gonna go with that route. But what I'm also have decided to do is we really ought to start working on those pyramids. I'm gonna put in irrigation first in between, flood irrigation, so we get +2 food on rivers. Would give us quite a bit of food, because we have quite a bit of river here that we're exploiting. And then we can start working on those pyramids, because those pyramids, holy heck, they give stability. +2 stability on each district. We're struggling a bit with stability, and we're building districts. Why do we not get that now? We should. So we're gonna do that, and this city I have not attached this to. Why? It's already having food problems, and this area actually isn't that food heavy. Not where we are here. Now I have built a harbor, as you can see, which is giving some food, but it also destabilizes the city, and the city isn't that particular stable, so I don't really want to add that right now. In fact, maybe in time I'm willing to, how do I do that? If I want to have you incorporated, there is an ability for that. Actually, we can just hit procession over here. It's not a thing down here. That's why you couldn't find it. Public ceremonies. For 10 turns, 10 stability. Huh. Interesting. But yeah. Let me consider now. I was thinking possibly of attaching this area towards Hayong, who has enough food production to probably keep up that appearance, while making this then into a city and getting them these 4 regions. Something like that. Because this was originally a region meant to be a city. It has enough food production. Has 2 river owners. It's going to have a lot of food. So that it can handle some less heavy food producing areas. Like this one, and this one. And in fact, now that I've noticed that, I would have preferably think... Oh, I would have probably have done better for myself if I had made this one a food. Science-wise, I'm not so hurt, because I still want to wait a little bit on the science. We're pretty close to that last star, which is really nice. And hey, by now, we are not behind everybody else in era. There is somebody that's going to go into the next era very soon, the second one. So that's going to happen, but otherwise we're fine. I don't know what they're going to pick, but I don't think it's going to be that detrimental to us if we have one lesser pick, and the other ones are... Number 3 is already 2 stars behind. So basically... Pink, the boar, is our greatest competitor, and I think that is once again Jackie. So, what I've also done in these regions, I've spent some influence to create a harbor over here. I created a harbor over there. I've created a harbor over here, and oh yeah, of course, I just showed that one over there. Because we had a ton of influence lying around, and we are going soon after organized warfare for sailing. We want to have sailing so that we can have these units disembark. I can't do it over here because these are cities. I will have to build this district. So I have some plans for them, as you can see over here, and building over there and a building over here. But right now, no. So we're gonna have to do a few things quickly. I do want this confusion school though. First, if I can only place it in the right spot. Thank you. I want irrigation. After that, we're gonna work harder. We're just gonna have to do it like this, I think, because otherwise it will take forever. Maybe with money, but I really want to get these pyramids up. So yeah, it will still build in 2 turns. So nothing is lost, but we will have that confusion school that he can't build if we change age. And we do soon want to do that. Alright, I've also then decided, okay, if we're going to build those pyramids, what we probably should do is start chopping down some woods. That is bad later on, but there is some woods over here that isn't really good with one production only. I think I can chop that down, for example. And I think I'm gonna do that. But I'm gonna wait. Oh. Clear forest from volatile. An industry boost is granted when used in a territory belonging to one of your cities. This action will require your army to remain at the same spot for multiple turns. Okay, so let's... It costs only 1 turn to trigger that, I think. Is what I take from it, but I'm just gonna chop it down. No, 4 turns. Okay, so they're gonna chop this down, giving us a bit of a production bonus. You are going to wait until we have sailing, I think. Because so then we can disembark, and maybe I ought to put you into the furthest harbor there is. Actually, that's that unit. Much more valid for. And then in that case, we're gonna get you an auto explore again. Please don't do this thing, because that doesn't make me like auto explore anymore. If you're going dancing the zigzag, because that's not really gonna help us much. 1 turn, 5 turns. You are building this confusion school, then the next one, and then we can go into the next age if we at least have this one started. Organized warfare, thank you so much. Because if this one gets started, it will not be disbanded when we switch to the next age. You're chopping. You know what? For now, why don't you chop down this? These 4 tiles are, in my opinion, chop worthy. Oh, this one is done in 1 turn. Well, that's going to be interesting. Ooh, music is a sacred art, only to be performed by those who with the requisite learning. Ah, no, we're going to lose some influence. A melody for every occasion. A new civic. The human engine. The Empire has made impressive strides in becoming a building powerhouse, the envy of the world. And now, though, to maintain this momentum, you must ensure you have a reliable stream of workers who will work tirelessly on your great construction projects. From where should you find these thralls? This is about slavery. Plus food plus 1 industry on commons quarters. We can't build those yet. Or population of bonus of ransacking. Well, I think I'm going to delay doing this. I don't want to lose the additional stability. I probably will take this one though, in the end. You've done your zigzag? No? No curiosity to be found. Luckily, you can also find curiosities on the sea, which is why it's so important that we get off this rock. And this rock being our continent, not the planet. That's a possibility in this game, but that's a long ways away from now. We're probably not going to kill another unit. It's probably not going to happen. Yep, jump down this forest. And Estent, we're almost there. Agrarian, probably not going to happen. Expansionist star we could get. How do I attach things? Because I can see the attach over here of 330, but that's not what I want to do. I want to merge these cities. Or can I only do that when I go over my city limit cap? But I can't do that because that costs too much influence to create a new city. So I'm a little confused. Yeah, you can actually start on this. Are you're in one turn, then starting that one, you're in one turn, so no, you're in 4 turns, so you're the one slowing us down, definitely. So let's buy this, so we can start working on the pyramids a little faster. Keepers of the Creed. An unexpected rivalry has erupted between 2 temples. Actually, I think we already had this one happening in the other one. So we can say either all people can be of the religious head, or men, or only women. I'm going to make it women. Once again, I don't want to lose the stability, and I'll just decree that right now. There we go. Stability is about to rise. That's pretty freaking awesome. Pyramids are being built finally. And here you can see that we have multiple cities working on the same project. In fact, the one city where it's gonna be built is not working on it. Kind of funny. To me. There's an arrow star unlocked last estate era, and that means I'm gonna go and change things. Change of reputation. Unknown has gained a renown level of merchant. Verbal violence cryptomanent has been unlocked by another empire. What is that world deed? Discover writing. Ah, we're too slow in tech. Yeah, well, our Confucian school came in a little late indeed. You're building this one already, so I think that's gonna happen. Or do I need to wait one more turn? I don't know. Maybe we'll have to load. But this is the thing that I want to change. They've changed to the Greeks. So they're gonna go with science. Alright. So if we stay at the Zhao, we would gain a +10 additional fame bonus multiplier. I don't really feel that is as strong. I would love to see this being a little bit boosted if you stay in your current civilization, as it either +20%, something like that, or even that their districts gain just a +1 of the thing they are making, like in their case, Confucian School Science, because the Confucian School, it only gives +1 science on base. So it wouldn't be, that would be a doubling, but it wouldn't be like incredible. But it's, yeah, right now it feels really weak to stay in your own culture. Or at least too detrimental for us to choose. We're gonna have +2 influence on garrisons. Marian's influence on emblematic district. That is nice. That means that we gain more influence. -10% on attached outpost cost. That is nice. The stupa. Additional faith, additional science again, additional influence per adjacent district, and it's a research quarter. Which I think is nice, because I think the Confucian School also counts as a research quarter, right? Yeah. So the Marians are definitely up there in ability. The Achaemenid Persians. The Immortals. No, we're not gonna... The problem with this one is... I don't know, +2 city cap, that's really big. This is really nice if you are on a very large map. +10 stability on city or outpost. That is... Cyrus' Shadow is very nice in that sense. But we don't really do trading a lot right now. We have nobody nearby. This is industry, +2 industry per workers on city or outpost. That's pretty hard. Maya. +3 industry per number of attached territories. So for some cities that's good, but other cities are really small, so that's... I mean, Mykina only has 1 additional territory. 4 industry per adjacent maker's quarter. This would create a stupendous maker's quarters. You, the stupa, we just looked into you. I think you're pretty nice. It's a bit of everything though, a little bit. It's not very focused. And your emblematic unit? Ooh. Elephants with far range. Ignore penalties from fighting in melee. That's very nice. And it's an indirect fire, I believe. So that is pretty good. The Huns automatically upgrade regular outpost to Urdu. Cannot be attached to a city. That's an interesting way of playing. Goths. More faith, more influence. +10 combat strength when ransacking on a unit. Yeah. +2 influence. We're not going to ransack a lot because there's not a lot to ransack. +2 food per farmer on city or outpost. +3 food per number of attached territories. Once again, we don't have a lot of attached territories for some of the cities. Could be really good after the Harapans. To focus a lot. This is interesting. Place Harbor counts as a farmer's quarter, market quarter, and maker's quarter. The Coton. District fortification. Stability, industry per adjacent coastal water. This will make your harbors really good. But we don't have a lot of harbors right now yet. Though most of our districts are attached to waters, this is not a bad one. And the last one, Axumites. No, that's trading again. I think we're gonna go with the Mauryan's. +2 influence per adjacent district. Just because we're gonna have to. I'm gonna adopt them. We're gonna have to make outposts far away from our continent. That's gonna be pretty expensive to do influence-wise, so we do need to keep up that influence. That does mean I'm once again on the estate affinity, probably. I haven't checked that ahead of time. Chop this forest. And see, it went from 1 production into 1 food. Chopping down this particular forest isn't really hurting us that much.
As urban centers grow, both ideas and sewage are generated at a record pace. Arts and sciences flourish as military tactics and mathematical equations become as coveted as physical goods. Empires struggle to control these intangibles, however, as some might trouble their stability.
No, I think she'll be good.
How about science and elephants? I'd say the Mauryans had a couple of good ones there.
Oh shit, I forgot that there would be one more additional sentence and talked over it. And here you can see our housing changing because we have changed civilization. Pretty cool. And the Nubians reached classic era with the Greeks. Yeah, we already knew that. So, we are... But the second one hasn't switched yet to the next age. Interesting, they also opt to stay around. And here you can see, we keep the confusion school, so we can do it on that particular turn. Awesome. And we still have access to the Zanche. Zanche? Not entirely sure how to pronounce that. And that means, now that we have progressed into the next age, voila, everything else is unlocked. Which is a bit of an interesting thing, because that means I have found, when I went Super Saiyan, so to speak, Super Saiyan science, I, a few times, was blocked. I couldn't science anymore unless I arrowed up, which is a little bit of annoying. We could consider hydrology after this, because hydrology gives us another way to get stability. But more importantly for us, +2 industry on the river, and +2 food on the river via artificial reservoirs. So that is the next one I'm pretty interested on taking. You are building along, but I'm also going to tell you, get a little bit more food in. We need to build these pyramids. There's no other way around it. I do not want to cut these forests. These forests are sacred. Because we also don't get a tile back of equal value. Are these considered forests? No. Because I see a tree here, but yeah, that I have to admit, this is a bit of a lonely tree to be considered a forest. It is woodland, but I'm not sure if I should cut this down. There's actually here some woodland. Cutting down this might not be a bad idea, because this city is really food deprived. And if we make it all into plains, it's gonna change from, at least from food, from production into food, and I think that might be better. Alright, you two have moved, and we can choose a tenant for our faith. Go to the tenant screen. And we can choose whatever we want. Nobody has reached yet the next one. It almost looked like this one was chosen, but it's not. So, we can get +2 industry on forest. Oh, we just cut a few. +2 industry on woodland. Well, that's just annoying, because it just cut down a few things. Because that would make these tiles excellent. And these tiles superb. Not that we are making use of them yet. And later on you can replant forests, mind you. But can we actually change the name of our thing? Science on strategic resource deposits could be nice. Plus 25 experience, steel knot, plus 1 influence on mountain. Stability on river. I think we've done enough to plus 2 food on coastal water, plus 2 food on lake. I mean, we do have we do have quite some coastal water. And we'll make our harbors much stronger. Because this is also considered coastal water, by the way. All this light blue is coastal water, so that would make it... would give some of these cities that are a little bit food deprived a lot of food. Lakes doesn't really bother me, but I think this is a good one. There we go. I think I should have changed my faith at the start of this thing. Is this the only existing religion, or is it the only existing religion that we know of? But we'll take the food one. And voila. This... oh, sorry. We know exactly where we turn. All of a sudden, free. That makes this district all of a sudden very food heavy. And I'm willing now to attach this. There we go. Yeah, a lot of stability loss, logically. And I've heard actually somebody else say that if you plant it, you will also gain the bonuses from the thing you're planting it on. So of the tile. And you can build districts around it, so maybe you should actually not build it far out, but actually quite close by. Which I go like, oh, yeah, maybe you're right. We'll have to test that out for ourselves. First, I want the pyramids done before I construct our new holy site. And, of course, we have the stupa now to consider. That's 1 food loss. Why? Oh, because more science, because of that little thing. I'm willing to build it there then. Because we now should have quite a bit of additional food thanks to the attachment. I didn't actually check the numbers. But it should be fine. We also, did we get? No, we got sailing. Next turn we can move out and get this district. And we will definitely use our city cap to get here something, I reckon. At least we can see that one. Stupa. I also want to get ready to get you a stupa. You like none of these. Oh, you like this spot. It's -2 food, but it is indeed more science than if I would place it around. Actually, this would give me 5 science. Oh, but this gives me 12 influence. Instead of, I wish you would not pop up 8 influence. Yeah, this one is much better. It's a bit unfortunate that we have to get rid of a food tile. Because our food production is not so great anymore here. But we've got irrigation. Let's get flood irrigation before that then. Oh. I don't know which button I hit. That was interesting. Hold on, I should have actually not go into mode. All cities and outposts. Show unclaimed wonders. Also claimed by somebody. Temple of Artemis. It is really this civilization that is trying to compete with us. Although we are still quite a bit ahead. But we shouldn't start slacking. Well, now that we've made sure that woodlands aren't our major priority, we can still cut some forests. Alright, we have the next science readied up. Basically, perhaps 2 food districts over here? I don't know. Actually, building a harbor here would be now really good. Maybe we don't cut this forest. I don't think we will. Because if we don't build one Maker's District here, we can make use of it. Whereas a Maker's District here would be fine. And then one here to make use of these three. You go back and auto-explore. Maybe there is, maybe find some goodies, because we're in a new age. You know what? I've decided to keep the forest. Probably not the wisest idea, but I am just too much of a green guy, and I just get, my feelings get hurt when I do this. Hello? Can I be done as you don't possess technology and allowing embarkment? Embarkment? No. Sorry. Embark? You don't understand the keyword. So how am I supposed sailing? Levy administration. How do I find what allows me to embark? Yeah, that's my special unit. I'm seeing that, but how do I find where I embark if I cannot do it via this keyword thing? Horseman, City Watch, Swordsman. This is about science and stuff. We should actually go into philosophy later on so that we can get at least some city cap growth. Oh no, here is artisan quarters and there's nothing to do. What does it then have to do with patronage? Why did it tell me that I had to go to patronage? Which is where? Because now I'm not finding anything anymore. Well, I screw up. Oh, luxury manufacturing. Maybe it is needed? I don't know. But it's a good idea to get these guys up and running. No, these. So we can get artisan quarters. Extract any luxury resources from any deposit that is built on them. Actually, I think it is needed to just get these guys. I've been doing very dumb. I apologize. I wonder how many people have been shouting to me in the comments. Now, how do I get disembarked? Because I really thought that that was the technology I needed to be able to get the ship's transport galley. Replaces land units with embark to travel across ocean tiles. Okay, so this is the one we need. Hold on then. And this, we need to be able to embark. Trade expedition cost 4? Oh boy. We need all of that. Doesn't look like I can be... Why is this needed for the beeline? This goes into that. You're only fed by sailing and wheel, and I have both of them. Excuse me? Why do I need these two for trade expedition? Can I not just unclick this and this and... Now you do it. Okay, so you were just not unclicked. All right. 3, 4, 5. We have our technologies for some time. Still cannot embark. All right. You know what? Then let's see if we can find some curiosities. Find some goodies. Not stand here idly by, because humans that are idle are never good. And I am out of auto explore options at the moment. Alright, and turn. Wow, this episode is lasting a little longer than I'd liked. Oh, I don't know what I clicked on. Oh, because you're auto exploring. Never mind. Come on, find me a curiosity. Find me something that I can make use of. 9 turns for the pyramids. Idle army. Yep. Nothing to be found here. Something up here maybe then, or in the forests. By the way, it is possible for independent civilizations, those independent people that cost a short amount, some trouble, to appear actually in areas that we do not have covered. It is quite possible for them to appear here in the mist and start causing troubles at our gate.
Dangerous thing. With 5 research quarters, this city is not dangerous in the least.
Oh. 5 research quarters on you? I don't think you're joking, sir. We have 2 of them. Alright, no, I want you to work on the pyramids. Already in construction. Oh, there it is. Yes, flood irrigation is good, but we're gonna work on the pyramids. Let's get this world wonder, and then we can claim another as well, so, huh? That sounds like a good idea. No, nothing to be found over here. Which other army is idle? You are. It doesn't seem like I can find something of interest. Well, if you are so kind as to go here, I will stop you if you're auto-explored, and at least we have a unit there ready again for them embarking. No curiosities up there. That is unfortunate. We're gonna go back down here. You can hear the disappointment in my voice, can you not? Yeah, I'm sure you can. Gosh darn. Curiosities are so powerful, but I've occupied so much now that they're like, you don't need that. You know what? We can handle the civics again. We've got quite a bit of it. But you can already see that my empire, when I click on this, hold on. My average stability is strained, so I do not really want to move too far away from this just yet. And the cost and influence for these guys is not going to come up for a while. So I'm just going to go and not do this. I don't think that's worth it. We could start attaching things. Hey, you gained a person. I don't want you to do this. What? This balance policy, expert policy. First this, first that, and this for that. With my... actually this shaves up a turn of the pyramid, so let's do that. We're about to lose people. We have now so many people in the city, we can't feed them all. We need a harbor here soon. 24 food is nothing to snuff at. But flood irrigation will also be good. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. But this also makes things build faster. +1 industry on forest and woodland. Ugh. So many things to build. So many things to do. What are you? You're probably, yeah. No, expert. Science first. Thank you. You're starting to understand how I think. I like you already much better. Get over here. End the turn. Let's at least get those pyramids built in this episode, for crying out loud. Oh. I don't know what. Oh, because Visos grew by 1? Is that why I got triggered there? I must have clicked on the spyglass to show me where that happened. And I think the next holy site is going to be in this city, because we need a little bit of stability in this city. It is because I attached that area, but still. Which army is idle? You're not finding a darn thing of interest. Go back here. And turn. So much influence. So little to do with it. Yes, I'm acknowledging it, but I'm not... I don't know what I'm doing. I'm clearly doing something wrong. Come on. Anything over here? Not a single bit of curiosities. I am saddened. You know what? Can we just also rename you instead of warriors into the First Army? Thank you. If you would like to be a general for this series and you've watched this far so that you can hear this announcement, by all means, let me know in the comments. And you can lead your very own army. Abide you listen to what I say, but in principle you can lead your own army. You have the ability to change names of armies, of cities. Oh, goodness. Progress. Also, once again, more stability chosen. The Olmecs have now joined us in the classical era. I guess that are now... We have been dethroned. We are no longer the first. They've gotten a lot of arrow score pink. The Boers. No idea what they just done. But good on them. But we're about to build this, so this pyramid should give us some fame as well. Yeah, I don't know, man. I can keep hunting for stuff, but I think you should possibly leave. Also get off the island, because otherwise I don't know what to do with you. Because maybe making war in a faraway country is the way to go. No curiosities found over here. Not even on this far side. Well, I am stooped. And I'm not even building a stupa. There we go. Get the wonder build. I thought it was that. 50!
Pyramids of Giza,
And then
the
100.
original construction yardstick by which all other projects will be measured.
Alright. And now the other ones have been claimed as well. The Hanging Gardens of Babylon, Stonehenge. Alright, but we do have the choice of the litter over here. So the Colossus of Rhodos. Militia are not lost over time during sieges. I don't think we're going to besiege that quickly because actually we are kind of safe on our own continent. Hey! There is something spawned that we need to take care of. Finally this army has something to do. 2 bears even. Get going. But we are going to claim one. Got a little distracted. That's the last thing I want to do before we end the episode. Lighthouse of Alexandria. I want to say of Helicarnassos mausoleum over there. I'm looking at 2 things. Naval units +2 movement can be pretty darn good considering we need to move off the water. But +1 science, 1% science per district on city or outpost is also really nice. Per alliance, we don't have a lot of alliances. So a lot of stability though, the Temple of Zeus. I'm gonna go with the Lighthouse of Alexandria, because I think we need to move on naval units. We will probably need a strong navy to be able to fight our neighbors later on. So we're gonna go with that. And a new civic, a schism in the heart. Followers of the Empire's religion continue to grow, but within the temples and holy places tensions brew. Sadly, the blossoming interpretation of religious tenets is leading to schisms, as worshippers place more and less importance on different rules. It speaks to a wider question of how other entire religions should be seen. Is religious harmony something to aspire? Or a question that shouldn't even be raised? Well, let's look at this one. +5 influence on territories if territories follow state religion, and it actually moves us to what I want to do, so probably we're going to focus on this one. But this is pretty damn awesome. Adds a new grievance against empires with a different state religion. Well, I have to think about it. I don't think that's really important right now. The Lighthouse of... Oh. I first need to determine where your harbor is going to be built later on. Up here, 33 food. Absolutely. Then we can build you to have some vision up around this area. Do I first want to build the stupa? No, your stability is bad. So actually, start on this. Start on this. Start on this. Look at what one harbor did. All of a sudden, this city can grow like crazy. Lumberyard. Yeah. Also, holy site, of course, is something that we can start building. Here, this is moving up to 97 after the building of the lair. I see lair here, but it's the pyramids. So thanks to that, we have now this city all of a sudden as very stable. We're gonna have some interesting times ahead of us. But for now, I really have to stop this episode. I'm sorry it took a little bit longer, but at least we've built our first wonder. And we're gonna go for the next one. I say thank you for watching, and remember, great peril yields great beauty.